Here we are from group 3, Syifa Mutiara Fina Khusna, Syndi Meilani, and Kusuma Ningrum will present about stress in complex words.
Complex words. In the study of morpheme or morphology, a complex word is a word made up of two or more morphemes. Contrast with monomorphemic word. A complex word may consist of a stem or root and one or more affixes. For example, quicker. Quick is a stem and er is affixes. And then more than one stem in a compound. For example, blackbird. Black plus bird. It's a compound. The presence of affixes affects the stress placement.
Affixes and stress. There are three ways in which an affix consisting of prefix and suffix can affect the placement of stress in a word. First, the stress moves to the affix. For example, the word personality. It consists person as a stem and ality as a suffix. So the word person, the stress is on the first syllable p, and after the suffix attached, the stress moves from p to n, so it becomes personality. Second, the stress remains on the same syllable. For example, the word unpleasant. It consists of un as prefix and pleasant as a stem. So before and after the prefix un attached, the stress still remains on the ple, so it becomes unpleasant. The third, the stress remains on the stem but moves to different syllable. For example, the word magnetic, it consists magnet as a stem, the stress is on the first syllable, magnet, and ic as the suffix. And after the suffix is attached, the word magnetic, the stress moves from mag to net, so it becomes magnetic.
How suffix affects stress placement. Some English suffixes affect stress placement in different ways. First, primary stress on the suffix, and then secondary stress on the stem. If the stem consists of more than one syllable, the addition of suffix creates a secondary stress in the stem, but never on the last syllable. For example, refuge. If we add suffix double e in refuge, it will be refugee. So, primary stress is on G and secondary stress is on ref. And primary stress remains on the stem. And primary stress moves from one syllable to another but still on the stem. How prefix affects stress placement. The effect of prefix on stress placement follows the regular rules for stress placement for polysyllabic words without prefix.
Stress placement in compound words. First, noun plus noun, compound with stress on the first syllable. For example, sunrise. Sun is a noun and rise is a noun. Adjective and past participle ed. Primary stress is on the second word and secondary stress is on the first word. For example, heavy-handed. Heavy is an adjective and handed is a past participle ed. And then number plus noun. Primary stress is on the second word and secondary stress is on the first word. For example, second class. Second is a number and class is a noun. Any word class plus any word class. The combination serves as adverb. The primary stress is placed on the second word and the secondary stress on the first word. For example, downstream. Down is any word class and stream is any word class too. And the last adverb and any word class. The combination serve as verbs. the primary stress is placed on the second word, and the secondary stress on the first word. For example, don't create. Don't is adverb and create is any word class.
There is some exceptions because we don't have to always follow the rules on stress placement. It would be wrong to imagine that the stress pattern is always fixed and unchanging in English words. Stress position may vary for one or two reasons, either as a result of the stress on the other words occurring next to the word in question, or because not all speakers agree on the placement of stress in some words. Word class pairs. I will explain you a bit about word class pairs. Word class pairs are words which are identical in spelling but different in the stress placement according to its word class. The change in stress placement is affected by the word class, whether it is a verb, a noun, or an adjective. There is no significant rule in identifying the stress of word class pair words. The most common rule is the stress is likely to fall on the second syllable of a verb and fall on the first syllable of a noun or adjective. For example, the word abstract as noun and adjective and the word abstract as verb are different in stress placement. The word abstract as adjective and noun, the stress is placed in the first syllable. The word abstract as verb, the stress is placed in the second syllable.